How would I know how a divorce attorney has acted in the past? How do I know if their clients are satisfied? Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Divorce Den, where we are in our 10-part series talking about 10 red flags to look out for when you are hiring a divorce attorney. Number 5, their inability to provide references or outside sources to tell you how satisfied prior clients are. If you're considering hiring a divorce attorney to help you, whether it's in litigation, hopefully not, or the collaborative model, or even in mediation, this is a video that you certainly want to watch. The entire series talks about red flags to look out for. Not every attorney is created the same, and not every attorney is the right fit for you. You want to make sure that you are hiring the attorney who's going to work best for your situation, and sometimes getting references or feedback from other clients, whether it is through reviews online or other sources like that. Sometimes that's the best way to really see how it is that other people have thought about the work that this attorney did for them. Any attorney can tell you what it is that their capabilities are, how great they are, how many cases they've won, but sometimes hearing that information from the client that they served can prove to be invaluable when it comes to you making a decision if this attorney is right for you. And if this attorney is reputable, they're not going to have any problem sharing references with you or letting you access any testimonials that they might have. Now, let me just say from the beginning that an attorney is not allowed to reveal any attorney-client privilege. So if you say, oh, can you please tell me about the last case you did? And then I say to you, oh, yes, I helped Jack and Jill get divorced in a mediation, and here's all of the information. And they were so satisfied because I helped Jill get the house and Jack get the retirement accounts. Well, no, that's not going to happen. And the other reality is I can reach out to Jack and Jill and say, my prospective new client would like to speak to you about how it is that we work together. And Jack and Jill might say, absolutely not. You can't force the attorney to give you that information or to make them make their prior clients give you that information. And what I will say is a big part of looking up an attorney and getting references or getting information about how they helped other clients is when you do it online. Looking online, whatever the presence is for this potential attorney that you're going to hire, that can really tell you a lot about the attorney, how they practice, how it is that you can reach them, how it is that other people can find them. If you go and look for testimonials online about an attorney and there's really no presence for them and they've only been practicing a year, well, maybe that's understandable. If they've been practicing 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, trust me, if they have an online presence, there's some sort of testimonial out there from prior clients that they've worked for. So if you go to look this up and you don't find that, maybe you ask the potential attorney about that. I looked you up online and I don't see any other testimonials. I don't see your website. I don't see any online presence or what it is that you stand for or what your messaging is. Can you please tell me a little bit more? It doesn't necessarily mean that the attorney is not going to be the right fit for you, but it does mean you should start looking into that to find out why. Why is there no more information out there? Why are there no references? Why are there no testimonials? What I will say is if you speak to the attorney about it and they sort of stonewall you and say that they're not going to provide a reference or they're not even going to give you any information as to why they can't provide references, that's a really big red flag. If they can't provide or they will not provide or they won't even go into the reasons why, I certainly suggest that you take a step back and re-examine working with that attorney. This might not be the case, but it could be that they lack a track record, right, of credibility. They really should have a credible track record of people that they've worked with, how they've helped families, how they've helped individuals. And if they're stonewalling you and not giving you that information, maybe that's something to think about. If they've handled a decent amount of cases, they should be able to provide you at least 1 or 2 references, or you should be able to find 1 or 2 testimonials to get a feel for how you would work with them. Not understanding from a client's perspective how they would work with that attorney, the relationship, how the attorney maybe communicated with them, how they handled their case. Without having that information, this is too big of a decision for you to make without having that, if that's something that's going to give you peace of mind. If you heard about this attorney from a friend and that friend said to you, oh yes, this is how the attorney handled my case, and you feel satisfied, that's okay. That's a testimonial, right? That's a referral. But if the attorney is basically telling you, I'm not going to provide that and you can't find it another way, I really highly suggest, again, you have that hard conversation with the attorney and then start reevaluating if this is the right attorney for you. Now, I know you might be thinking, well, how do I ask for a reference? This is an awkward conversation to have with an attorney. When you are getting a divorce and you walk into an attorney's office, they are sort of the experienced person in the room. You're going to walk in now and go and start asking them, can I please have a reference? So here's a way to maybe do that. That might make you feel a little bit more comfortable. After you've had your conversation or your consultation, you can tell them, I really appreciate X, Y, and Z, the information that you gave me, how it is that maybe we would work together. I'd really appreciate it if you could possibly give me some references or connect me with a place where I can find some testimonials as to other clients who have worked with you. It would just make me feel better to see some similar cases that you've worked on and maybe that point of view from the clients that you've worked with. How do you think that we can do this? How can we work together so that I can get that information? And then you leave it there because now it's up to the attorney to let you know. Oh, by the way, I do actually have on Avo, I have 4 reviews. I can connect you with that. I can give you the link to that site, or we can look it up together, whatever works. Or, oh, by the way, I actually have a few clients who might be willing to do that. Let me get that information for you. But if they hesitate or they say to you, I'm not giving you that, or why would you need that? I just told you everything you need to know. Well, that demeanor and that change, right, that shift in maybe the way that they were initially giving you the consultation to now, that might be something to start thinking about as to how they might work in the future when you want some information and they don't necessarily want to provide it with you. If they're telling you this now, that they're stonewalling about giving you a testimonial, what about in the future when you need information from them? Some of the benefits of having references or taking a deeper dive into these testimonials is understanding how the attorney not only worked with these prior clients, but how the attorney actually made them feel. Were they heard? Were they supported? Did the attorney actually get it where they wanted to go? Not just, oh, they were great in court and they litigated X, Y, and Z, or I got everything I wanted. Nobody ever really gets everything that they want. But also, it's more important to look at these references or these testimonials through the lens of how can I be supported throughout this divorce process? Did the attorney provide other resources? Did the attorney's staff and their support paralegals, support staff in the office make me feel heard? Was I able to make appointments with my attorney? Was I able to communicate with them? These are things that you want to know before you start working with somebody. Because even during the initial consultation, generally you can get a good feel for how the attorney is going to communicate with you, how it is that they're going to advance your case. Depending on what topics are brought up during the initial consultation, you can certainly get a feel for that. But knowing from other people how it is that they worked in the bigger picture down the road, not just when you were first hired. So when you're first hired, I'm going to answer your emails every day. But then after a few months, well, that attorney fell off. You want to know that. These references and these testimonials can give you a better feel about how the attorney is going to handle your entire case. And don't think for 1 minute that this is selfish or this is you trying to nitpick or take a deep dive and start peeling back the layer of the onion to, find out that there's a rotten core. No, you're paying a lot of money for an attorney and you're putting literally your life in their hands to help you advance your case and help you get what it is that you want for a clearer path forward and a nice future after the divorce. So you doing your research now and asking those questions now, you're entitled to that information. So don't feel bad. Don't feel like, oh, this is the attorney. They're the expert in the room. I don't have any right to ask for that. Yes, you do. You should feel confident in being able to handle your case, but they should also feel confident in giving you referrals or testimonials as to how they have helped other clients and how that prior experience can help reflect how they're going to help you. If you found any of this information helpful, we highly encourage you to like, subscribe, and please give us a comment and let us know how it is that maybe you've worked with attorneys in the past, a divorce attorney or otherwise, and maybe some red flags that you've seen. Thanks for joining us again on the Divorce Den, and check out red flag number 6.